I want to introduce you to something that I would consider the next great evolution in web design, and it's called responsive web design. It was introduced in about a year and a half ago at a list apart, and essentially what it is, it's a thing called media queries, which is what all the modern browsers are capable of doing. And essentially, what happens is it looks at the width of the browser, and as you start to squeeze the size down, you can see that it loads different style sheets and it changes the elements and how they're displayed. Now, why is this important? Mobile. As you can see, everybody's have been asking about an alternate mobile site, and I've tried to talk everybody out of it. Because it's very hard to design for two different sites and keep the content up. Well, now you don't have to, and it's not just your phone, but there's all these tablets now that we want to deal with, and not just the iPad, but all the different sizes, the different orientations. And as you can see with mobile or media queries in this responsive web design, it's one site that does everything. And it's really interesting because you can see, like in this case, how the navigation is changed from up there to down there. And again, if you play with this and check out some of these different examples over at Media Queries, you get a good sense of this different way of doing things. And if you check this against existing sites, you can kind of feel that a site that doesn't do this feels really static. So another big part of responsive web design is also responsive images, and these are among some of the different techniques that make this different than what had been done before. And in this case, this group is demonstrating how we have a large image here, and when we squeeze it down, it looks like we're just squeezing the image down, but in reality this is a different image than at the bigger orientation. And that's important because we want to load a smaller size on the mobile platform on the phones, because their bandwidth is typically less than somebody on a corporate network or whatnot. So that's just showing you some ideas. There's the people are doing some different things here. CSS Tricks is an interesting site. Look how that search has changed, and you can even take stuff out, as you can see here. There's a lot of different techniques, and I think it also illustrates how you really have to look at design in a quite a bit different way. I wanted to show you this one because this is cool. Slideshows are a really typical presentation element on a lot of sites, and this one is has your big images. But watch what happens when we squeeze this down. That's a cool pig. Notice how the dot navigation went to two arrows, and then as we continue to squeeze it down, they jumped up here. And these are just some of the techniques that that people are exploring or having to deal with and come up with solutions. Here's another one that does something really interesting. See the top navigation here. As we're squeezing it down, see how it changed to a full bar, and then it becomes these nice big touchable buttons on a smaller platform. So that's just a quick overview of responsive web design, something that we are working really hard at becoming masters at, because we're quite sure that this is definitely the way to go.